Simpson was shot and killed after becoming upset because a woman she held the door open for didn't say thank you.
Her family says she was a kind-hearted woman, a pharmacy technician who cared about people. Her life ended over silence, a phrase never spoken, a second no one can rewind. Welcome to Grave Kisses, where love rots, secrets scream, and the dead don't stay buried. Hit subscribe, like and share, if you're not afraid to dig a little deeper. Today we're headed to Dallas, Texas, a story about how a simple act of manners, something as small as holding a door, turned into a deadly confrontation. But before we jump into it, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Turn your notifications on so you never miss an upload. Make sure you check it out. Stay locked in till the end to hear the full story. Everything in this video is alleged. Now let's get into it. In the busy shopping centers of Dallas, people move fast. Doors open, doors close. Nobody thinks twice. But one small act of courtesy would unravel into something nobody saw coming. It was a regular afternoon for 41-year-old Cecilia Simpson and her daughter. Just a quick stop, a little shopping, nothing out of the ordinary. But that quick stop would shift into something that changed two lives forever. Cecilia was a mum, a hard worker, a woman built on pride and respect. Her loved ones said she was protective, outspoken, the kind of person who didn't hold back when something didn't sit right. It was Tuesday, October 7th. Cecilia and her 20-year-old daughter were running errands around South Oak Cliff, laughing, talking, just living an easy day. They stopped by Five Below, a discount store tucked in a shopping plaza next to PetSmart off West Wheatland Road near I-20. What started as a light-hearted outing turned tense, all over something so small it almost sounds unreal. As they walked out of the store, they crossed paths with a young woman, later identified as 22-year-old Kiana Zakoya Hampton. According to police reports and witness accounts, Cecilia held the door open for Kiana, just being polite. But when Kiana walked through without saying thank you, Cecilia reportedly took offense and told her off for not saying thank you. It was quick, but the air changed fast. Words were thrown, voices sharpened. Two strangers, neither willing to back down. Cecilia and her daughter finally decided to walk away. They headed to their car, drove just across the plaza to the PetSmart, trying to shake it off and finish their day. But Kiana Hampton wasn't finished. According to the arrest affidavit, she started walking in the same direction as Cecilia's car, heading toward the PetSmart across the plaza. Inside the store, Cecilia told employees that a woman was following her and her daughter. She tried to shake off the fear, but the feeling lingered. Moments later, Kiana walked in straight through the doors, and the argument lit up again. This time her words were aimed at Cecilia's daughter. Store employees stepped in, trying to calm things down. Voices dropped, tempers cooled for a second. Kiana eventually left, but only minutes later she came right back. The tension reignited like a spark catching flame. Words flew, the air turned hot. Employees asked both women to leave. Out in the parking lot, everything fell apart. Surveillance cameras later captured what happened next. Cecilia and her daughter were trying to get into their car, just trying to leave it behind. But Kiana, now visibly angry, allegedly threw a drink bottle at their vehicle. That was it, the final straw. Cecilia stepped out of the car and faced her head-on. Witnesses said it turned physical fast. Yelling, shoving, fists flying. Onlookers started gathering as the fight grew louder. Cecilia landed a few good punches. For a moment it seemed she had the upper hand. According to police documents, Cecilia's daughter stepped back from the fight, maybe to grab her phone or catch her breath. That's when Kiana allegedly reached for a black and silver weapon. 3 shots rang out. Cecilia dropped to the ground as her daughter screamed for help. A 27-year-old ER nurse, just leaving the store, heard the shots and ran toward the chaos. She found the 2 women on the pavement, one walking away, one not moving. She dropped to her knees and started CPR, doing everything she could to save Cecilia, while the daughter clung to her mother, calling her name over and over. Despite her efforts, Cecilia didn't make it. Paramedics rushed her to Methodist Central Hospital, where doctors confirmed the tragic outcome. Meanwhile, Kiana fled the scene in a black Ford 500. Dallas police moved fast. They reviewed surveillance footage that showed the moments after the shooting. Investigators traced the black Ford 500 to its registered address and began watching an apartment complex nearby. Within hours, they spotted Kiana standing on a balcony, still wearing the same clothes seen in the footage. Later that evening, around 7:45 p.m., officers conducted a traffic stop on her vehicle. Kiana was taken into custody and brought to Dallas Police Headquarters for questioning. Inside that room, she faced the weight of everything that had just happened. During her interview, Kiana waived her right and admitted to arguing with Cecilia and her daughter, following them into PetSmart twice and throwing a bottle at their car. She also admitted to firing the weapon, but insisted she only did it because she was trying to get Cecilia away from her. Authorities weren't convinced. She was booked into the Dallas County Jail, charged in connection with the fatal shooting, with bond still pending. Kiana Hampton is innocent until proven guilty. Still, this tragedy leaves people stunned, not just because of what happened, but why it happened. A misunderstanding, a flash of pride, a burst of anger, seconds that spiraled into something no one could take back. Two strangers crossing paths for a moment now serve as a hard reminder of how fast impulse can destroy lives. May Cecilia Simpson rest in peace. My condolences to her family. Cecilia lost her life standing up for what she believed was basic respect. And Kiana Hampton, just 22 years old, now carries the weight of a decision made in seconds, one that will follow her for the rest of her life. Both families will never be the same. When did simple disagreements start ending with shots fired? Sometimes all it takes is one moment, one choice, one pull of emotion to change everything. In this case, a small act of courtesy became the spark that ended in tragedy. Let this story be a reminder. Not every slight deserves a reaction. Not every argument deserves escalation. Not every battle needs to be fought. Fam, I'm leaving this one with you. What are your thoughts on this tragic situation? Drop them in the comments below. Alright fam, that's it for this episode of Grave Kisses TV. Thank you so much for watching. If this story touched you, make sure you like and share. Subscribe for more stories like this. Stories that dig deeper than the headlines, because behind every headline lives a forever changed.